That'd be great.
Hi, I'm coming to you from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are Bernie, Oklahomans for Bernie Sanders. We've been at a organizational meeting, a grassroots organizational meeting where Bernie Sanders spoke through, what do they call that thing? Okay, well, it was a live stream. It was live stream where they were encouraging people to volunteer for Bernie Sanders. I have with me one of the people that have attended the meeting. I'm sorry, I do not know your name.
No, that's fine. My name's Jonathan.
Jonathan, can you tell me what impresses you about Bernie Sanders?
Absolutely. Well, I'm an 18-year-old millennial, and the main thing that impressed me about Bernie Sanders is that I recently came out as transgender, and he is the only one working to fight for my transgender rights.
What else have you found that you think would serve you well as an American citizen with Bernie Sanders that maybe you didn't know before?
Well, even though, something that really helps me is that my dad is in a lot of money, so I would never get a scholarship or any kind of money towards college, and having the opportunity to have free or reduced college would be very helpful for me.
All right, well, that sounds really good. And so you're college age. Do you have a major? What do you want to go into?
Well, right now I'm working at a veterinary hospital, and they would love to help me get into college, but with my background, it's harder for me to find a college that's good while I can still work at school and do everything else.
Well, since you found out all this information about Bernie, have you done any phone banks? What have you been able to do?
Well, sadly, I've only been able to make one other meeting. Last week we had one where we watched the debate together.
Oh, that was great. I was there. Great. You saw me with my headset on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was me. I had my hair up because I was busy. But there's so many different ways to serve. I mean, we can do the telephone. We can drop some coins. Even $5 is $5 that the campaign did not have before. And this is a grassroots campaign. This is not a super PAC campaign, as the future President Sanders has said.
We're going to be on the front page of the Oklahoma Eagle this week.
Oklahoma Eagle, tomorrow we will be on the front page.
Tiffany and I are on the front page and talking about Bernie.
Tiffany is the Oklahoma representative. Would you like to find some more people that might want to talk about Bernie?
Yeah.
I want to get a lot of different voices so people can see, well, they're just like me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll talk, though. I want to get numbers afterwards, okay?
Cool.
Deal?
All right.
All right. Like I said before, we're coming to you live from a grassroots meeting. I'm playing the campaign song, which is from Simon and Garfunkel, the America. And we're excited. We are so excited about the change that is going to come to America. Common sense again, you get to keep your guns, many different changes. And remember, Clinton has never met a war that she wouldn't vote for. Remember? And this is the official song for Bernie Sanders' campaign. Simon and Garfunkel, the song called America. You've heard of Woodstock? We're talking about Woodstock political style for politics. I'm watching people talk. They're milling around. Some of them are getting ready to leave. Let's see if I can grab Luke. I'm looking for Luke to talk. He was talking quite earlier. He's one of our super volunteers. I hope they hire him for the campaign for the state of Oklahoma. And we have such a big cross-section of people. We have doctors, we have teachers, we have veterans, we have anarchists. I was very pleased to see 2 anarchists that had never registered to vote before, because that was their protest, not to vote. And they're here and they've been registered. They've registered to vote, that is. So we're all excited. A new development in the state of Oklahoma for the Democratic Party was this last summer, 2015, the Democratic State Convention voted in that the independents could vote in the Democratic primaries. The Republicans will not do this, but the Democrats have. And what a influx of fresh, invigorating minds, strong wills, true Americans, as we are all true Americans. I've enjoyed this meeting. Bernie Sanders, his words were so inspirational, so good, so well-meaning. Trying to get Luke to come over here. I don't even think he sees me. Oh, I don't even think that's him. Oh, there he is. So I'm waiting for him to come over here so we can get more into this. I'm asking people what their background is and what impresses them about Bernie Sanders. Why are they voting for him? Why are they volunteering for him? I'm very impressed with these people. I guess I could just take my laptop and walk around. I think I may end up doing that. There may be some noise as I get up. I'm taking the laptop. Let's see if I can grab my thing, and I'm just going to walk around. Let's see here. My computer went dark. Uh-oh. One moment while I logged back into it. Let's see here. Going to an event tonight. It's called the Vaudeville Museum, where there'll be performers. Oh, no. I know I got the right password. Okay, there we go. Now we're walking. I'll just come to them. So I am at a meeting for Bernie Sanders. Would you like to talk on a podcast?
Sure.
All right, let me put this right here. This just shows my levels here. We have to share this mic because I don't have a regular mic. What is your first name?
Elise.
And what type of background do you come from? I'm trying to get people to know that there's people out there just like me.
I come from a sales background.
Okay.
I'm a baby boomer.
Ah!
Just the tail end of a baby boomer.
Right.
And I'm on disability.
I hear you.
So what I do is...
Like many Americans these days.
Yes.
Now, what impresses you about Bernie Sanders? What's one of the things you like best about Bernie?
I have been following Bernie for years, and I have been waiting for him to run for president for at least 2 to 3 years. So I was so excited when he announced this year. And what brings it, he is for the middle class, and to bring that back, and his stand on immigration, his stand on holding Wall Street accountable, that
yes.
he's not taking money from Wall Street and then saying that he's going to do something and you know they're not.
And you can find some of these issues on his stance on them on BernieSanders.com.
Or feeltheburn.org.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I learned something new today. And what else would you like to tell people about Bernie that maybe they don't know?
I don't know.
It's okay. Was there any question I didn't ask you that you wish I would ask?
No, you covered it.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I'll
No
talk with
problem.
you afterwards about
Okay.
the registering to vote.
Okay.
Please register to vote before February 5th in the state of Oklahoma so that you may vote in the presidential elections. Sorry. And there's all these different places for people to volunteer, different lists. Let's see if I can find... Let me walk this way. Hey, sweetie. And let's see here. Just going to walk around and let's see. Does anybody want to talk? I'm doing my podcast live right now. Anybody want to talk about why they're voting for Bernie? I got to put this in.
Voting for Bernie?
Just one moment. So I can get to my page. It keeps. Yeah, I'm ready right now. We're going to have to share this mic, though. So.
The reason I'm voting for Bernie is we finally found a candidate that's truthful and someone who hadn't backpedaled for 25 years and someone who can actually figure out what the main problems are, and the main problems are the money and the political election system. So, and he's adamant on curing that. And so that's why I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter.
Yes, he's a man of integrity. I think he summed it up pretty well. Would anybody else like to comment? Would you like to?
But I'll try to.
Just go ahead and say your first name.
My name is Edward Jones.
And what is your background? What impresses you about Bernie? Why do you want to vote for him?
Because Bernie is a real American. He came from the bottom up. He worked his way up the ranks into the Democratic Party. He's been a part of the movements. I went to Vietnam in the 60s.
Oh, so you're a veteran.
Yes, I am. Combat veteran, United States Marine Corps. And there were a lot of people at that time that were burning their draft cards and not attending and going. But there were other movements that they could have been involved with that were totally American.
True.
And that was protesting the war and the death.
The right to assemble.
Right. Bernie was involved with the movement to make Americans equal to all Americans. In other words, one American to the other next American were American. And I appreciated it. I volunteered to go to Vietnam behind that because I wanted to show that African Americans are Americans, that we care about this country and we're willing to bleed and die for our country. Thank God I survived. And
I'm glad
here
too.
Now to support someone that is energetic, truthful, he has integrity.
Yes.
And then he is, let's just say, an open book. So he won't cheat you. He won't lie to you. He'll tell it to you straight up. And he cares about America. That's very important to me.
Yes, he does. He definitely cares. And you can register to vote. Most people need to register before February 5th so that you can vote in the presidential elections. I thank you for your time and for your service, sir.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
So, just trying to get people to hear that everyday people, just like them, are going to vote for Bernie. So I'm going to walk around over there, hit him up next. Let's see. Would you like to say why you're voting for Bernie? You don't have to, just asking. Thank you, sir. I'm doing a live podcast right now. Would anybody like to say why they're voting for Bernie? We'll have to share this microphone. I don't have my Yeti. No? Okay. Anybody? Any takers? Okay. Would you like... Here, we'll go like this.
Senator Sanders has a track record of being able to do for a bigger segment of the population than most of his colleagues in the Senate. I guess if I had to say any one thing, the results of his governance overwhelmingly has been favorable.
Yes.
And this whole election is about results, particularly us here in Oklahoma. In crafting our message, I would like every single Republican incumbent to answer for the results they've gotten us.
Agreed, very much so. You know, he's definitely a man of sure results. He's consistent, he's fair, he's intelligent. You know, unlike some of the Republican, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I'm very pleased that we have him as a candidate, and I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to vote for him. So,
and, you know, people like to coalesce and like to support the candidate they identify with. You know, I know a lot of people had voted for George W. Bush because he was a guy they would rather have a beer with rather than Al Gore.
The common man.
Well, I mean, Bernie Sanders flies coach on Southwest. You know, I mean, come on.
That's true. Just like us.
Yeah, just like us.
He is just like us, and that's a good start, at least. You know, when I look at things, he's in touch. He understands what a gallon of milk costs.
He touches more nerves in the average voter, I think, than other people in the race on either side. And don't get me wrong, you know, so far, in spite of certain of the latest, sojourn to the mud trough. You know, on the Democratic side, it's been pretty civil.
I think so as well, and I appreciate that.
You know, I think one of the things we wanted to get out in this meetup today is, you know,